Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports WNBA Picks and Predictions for Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, we're going to go over the previous day's results. 2 and 4 on the day. We see someone new added to the ban list, and we have a quick revive next to Cameron Brink because she got injured and only played 4 minutes. So that was not enjoyable. Our 2 and 4 record brings our season record to 257 and 244. I will recap these games real quick, then we'll get on to the plays for tomorrow. Our winners, there was 2 of them. One of them was half of the blonde bombshell parlay. Sophie Cunningham, points and rebounds over 13.5. This one hits. Cunningham actually played really well. 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from deep. She did have 4 personal fouls, but only had 1 turnover, which was tied for the fewest out of every single Indiana Fever player that touched the court. That is not a good number to read out. Next winner will be the over 178.5 in the New York Liberty LA Sparks game. This flew over as the Sparks played no defense, especially when your best defender is injured 4 minutes into the game. And then you are left with the down-low combination of Azrae Stevens and Dearica Hamby, who are allergic to playing defense. Didn't work out too well for the Sparks. Our losers, Indiana Fever. Steph White, welcome back to the ban list. You were off of the ban list for a long time, but what I witnessed in those final 10 seconds of the game might have been the most egregious thing I've ever watched. Firstly, Dallas Wings. They did not have Arike Gumbawale. This line closed at Fever minus 9.5. So we had 2 points of closing line value. That meant nothing. 10 seconds left. Dallas Wings. They miss a shot. The Indiana Fever get a rebound. They have a full timeout, and they have a move the ball up the court timeout. I forget the name, but a reset timeout. They have both of those. They have 2 timeouts left. What does Stephanie White do? Nothing. She waits till Natasha Howard dribbles the ball off the court. She gives it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell runs around for about 4 seconds like a chicken with their head cut off. Then with 1.7 seconds left on the clock, Steph White goes, oh, you know what? I should use that timeout, like right now. And then she calls the timeout. The crowd goes absolutely silent because they're like, what in the fuck did we just witness? They run the worst out of bounds play I've seen in a while. It results in a Kelsey Mitchell chuck up from 3. She misses. They lose the game. How do you lose that game? How do you lose the game? 81-80 was the final score. Fever shoot 44% from the field, 2% higher than the Wings. 41% from deep, 10% higher than the Wings. They shoot 19 total free throws, 4 more than the Wings did. They lose the game by 1 because the turnover battle. Indiana Fever 18, Dallas Wings 14. You cannot be losing this game. Unacceptable loss. Also, Odyssey Sims, hardship contract pickup, looked atrocious. 12 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 of 4 from the field, 2 turnovers. That's not very good. Demiris Dantas, also off the bench, 12 minutes, 1 of 6 from the field, 2 turnovers. That's not ideal. Lexi Hall, in the starting lineup now, 24 minutes, 0 points, 0 of 3 from the field, 3 turnovers. Why else is she on the court if she's not putting ball in hoop? 6'1", 150 pounds. I get she tries on defense and she draws a lot of charges. If she is not giving you anything offensively, she should not be touching the court. I would much rather have Chloe Bibby, who only played 12 minutes this game. 12 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from deep. Why is she getting 12 minutes? But meanwhile, Lexi Hall is catching 24 minutes with 0 points. Unacceptable from Steph White. Welcome back to the ban list. Have fun in your second stay. Isolation, you're not coming out of the hole. Then we have Cameron Brink. We had her rebounds over 6. She got injured 4 minutes into this game. Kind of brutal considering we had her for 6+ rebounds at plus 200. She had 3 rebounds in 4 minutes. If she just would have played 10 minutes and then gotten injured, this would have hit. but that doesn't work. Hopefully she's okay. Obviously, she missed majority of last year, all of the beginning of this season, and now she's already injured again. So hopefully it ain't serious, but she's got some problems if she can't stay healthy. Like, yes, she's really tall and she's really skinny, but if you can't stay healthy in the W, you are not going to play or get signed because you're just a liability. So hopefully she's okay. Then the Sparks plus 3.5 doesn't hit. I mean, you scored 97 points at home, but when you give up 105, that is not really a combination for winning. So that is how we go 2-4. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, game number 1. I'm confused as to why the Chicago Sky are laying points on the road. I did not think that was illegal in 2025, but here we are. Give me the Sun at home plus 2.5. Give me the under 158.5. I think this would definitely qualify as the worst game in WNBA history if Tina Charles does not play. It's just a bunch of people who probably should not be on WNBA rosters. I would not bet any large amount of money on this game. I personally would not bet any money on this game. It's going to be tons of missed shots and tons of turnovers. So if you like pain, I would suggest watching. The Sky, 8-23 on the year. They got a hefty injury report. Angel Reese is out. She's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. Ariel Atkins, questionable. Haley Van Lith, questionable. Michaela Onyenwere, probable. Does any of that really matter? No. This team is horrible. In their last 11 games, the under has hit in 10 of them. No one can shoot the ball. No one. Rebecca Allen? No. Rachel Banham? Not particularly well. Cardoso? Only if she's right underneath the hoop. I don't mind Cardoso rebounds again at 10.5. There should be a ton of missed shots. And if Tia Charles doesn't play, the Connecticut Sun do not have anyone close to her size to actually go and mess with her down low. So if Tina Charles don't suit up, Camila Cardoso rebounds over, definitely going to be an option. The Sun, they somehow have a worse record than Chicago Sky, 5-26 on the year. Like I said, Tina Charles, questionable. They've lost 5 in a row. This is their first game back playing at home from a West Coast road trip. I really don't want to take them at all, just considering how bad they've been. But catching 2.5 points at home to the Chicago Sky, who simply roster-wise are by far and away the worst team. I mean, at the end of the day, the Sun do have Mabry and Aaliyah Edwards, plus the 2 rookies in Sanaya Rivers and Anissa Morrow. I have more confidence in all of them than I do anyone on the Chicago Sky team, especially if Atkins doesn't play. Give me the Sun plus 2.5. Give me the under 158.5. Please, for the love of God, do not bet this basketball game. All right, next game we see the lowest total I think I've seen this season. I'm going to rock the Mystics minus 1.5 at home. Also, give me the over 148.5. This is the Valkyries' first game in their East Coast road trip. Again, lowest total I've seen, or at least that I remember. I'm going to take the over because I simply cannot take that under. Valkyries 16-15 on the year. They won their most 2 recent home games against the Sun and the Sparks. Currently, their injury report is empty, besides Kayla Thornton. I would definitely check that again before tip-off. Valkyries have multiple times this season had nobody on their injury report, and then an hour before tip-off, all of a sudden, Xanda Lacini is injured, Tiffany Hayes is injured, Monique Billings is questionable. It's like, all right, well, if none of them are playing, you really don't know who's going to do anything for this team. So I don't trust them on the road yet. I do like Natalie Nakase. I like some of their bench players. They just can't put the ball in the hoop. They have not scored 80 points or higher in any of their last 8 games. That is not ideal. Mystics 14-17 on the year. They just won their most recent road game at the Dallas Wings by 13. Shakira Austin is questionable for this game. But Steph Dolson, she was hooping the last time she saw the court. So I really don't mind it if Shakira ends up sitting. Also because I have Kiki Iriafen props that I really like. Citron and Kiki have been absolutely hooping ever since Brittany Sykes left the team. Same with Aaliyah Edwards. I don't mind them here, laying a small number at home. They're a much better home team than they are on the road. And the Valkyries are a much worse road team than they are at home. So give me the Mystics to cover 1.5. Give me the over 148.5. All right, next two games, definitely the two games of the night. Both tip off at 10 o'clock. First one, New York Liberty on the road at the Las Vegas Aces. Just by principle, I'm going to take the Aces minus 2.5. Also going to rock the over, 169.5. Don't particularly love laying a number with the Aces, especially against a New York Liberty team that we just saw score 105 at the Sparks and win the game. But the general rule of thumb, teams on back-to-backs, the second game they don't do well. So I will reluctantly take the Aces minus 2.5 and the over, 169.5. The over, definitely more comfortable than the spread. Liberty, 20-11 on the year. The thing I liked most about their game against the Sparks, Sabrina Ionescu finally decided to actually pass the goddamn basketball. The previous games, she was just chucking them. So I think she had a serious discussion with the coaching staff, and they told her, Sabrina, you cannot just shoot the ball from 35 feet whenever you want to. You have teammates who are actually good at basketball who can win us the game. So that was probably the biggest thing I saw. Let me pull up the stats from the Sparks game and see who shot the ball the most in that game. Here we go. Miesemann shot at 15. Fibic shot at 10 times. She dropped 20 points. John Quell, 11. Nakasha Cloud, 10. Sabrina shot the ball the fewest out of all of the starters. Yet they 100% sat her down in the film room and just showed her all the dumbass shit she was doing. Because there's no way she changed that much in one game. So I do appreciate the Liberty coaching staff for actually recognizing what was wrong. Fibic scoring 20 is nuts. Miesemann dropped 37 PRA. John Quell double-double. That's quite the change. I didn't even recognize that Fibic was doing that well when I was watching. Good Lord. Anyway, now on to the Aces. Aces, they've been rolling. They're 18-14 on the year now. They've won 4 in a row. Asia just dropped the first ever 30-point-20 rebound game in the history of the WNBA. Jewel Lloyd is looking like Superman coming off the bench. Jackie Young can't miss from deep. This team's, they're rocking and they're rolling. I'm down with it. I'm going to take the Aces, minus 2.5. I don't love the spread. Over 169.5, I think, is a lock. This Liberty team is going to have tired legs in a back-to-back. Their previous game, they scored 105. This Aces team plays no defense, and Asia's going to want to go for 40 points. So give me the Aces, and give me the over. Next game, a little bit closer of a spread, but not by much. Give me the Storm at home, catching 1.5 points. I'm also going to rock the under 160.5. Another bet that I'm kind of doing reluctantly with the home team, the Storm need a win desperately. They lose this game, they fall below 500 on the season. I don't think they're going to let it happen. Yes, the Dream have Brittany Griner and Ryan Howard back, but I just can't lay 1.5. The Storm need a win. They get it here. Let's go. Dream 20-11 on the year. They've won 5 in a row. 4 of those games have been without Howard and a few of those without BG. They're now back in the lineup. I'm assuming the minutes restriction is off, considering they played the previous game. Both of them got around 15 minutes. So you're going to want to double check that, see what the report says. But I'm guessing they're going to let them go probably 20-25. These teams have already met twice this year. They have split the series. One was won by Storm by like 2 points, and the other one, the Dream, it was belt to ass. It was not good. This is the first of 2 games back-to-back in a home series split. First one in Seattle, second one at the Dream. I think I'm going to rock the home team in both. They both have decent home atmospheres. Seattle is 100% better than Atlanta. This is me just wanting to back the Storm. They're 16-16 on the year. They've lost 5 games in a row. Brittany Sykes, the newest addition to the team. They're 0-2 when she's playing. In one of those games, she dropped 27 points. In terms of production, they're going to need a hell of a lot more from Gabby Williams and Skylar Diggins. They've been struggling massively from beyond the arc. They need someone on the team who can actually shoot. So I'm going to take them here. This is the last stand for me in the Storm. I've been backing them recently, trying them to get a win. If you can't do it here, you can't do it ever. Give me the Storm. Give me the under. All right, 2 player props. I was tempted to take Emma Miesemann, but on a back-to-back, Miesemann's not the most athletic, and she might just be absolutely exhausted with travel and the fact that she's been out of the W for a while, so back-to-backs haven't really been her thing. So I'm going to lay off of Miesemann for the game. I will just take Kiki Iriafen, points and rebounds over 20.5, and then our girl, Asia Wilson, PRA over 36.5. All right, so the reasoning for taking Kiki. Mystics playing the Valkyries at home. Valkyries are one of the smallest teams in the WNBA. If Shakira Austin does not play, Kiki should be able to go absolutely crazy on the rebounds. The only other person she'd have to contend with is Steph Dolson. We all know Steph Dolson, she ain't moving that quick. So if Kiki can have herself a game, I think she can easily get there on the rebounds department. Probably a double-double in her future. That double-double, I wonder what that price is. I'd pause, but my phone is on the table and I don't feel like moving. So I don't know. But double-double, probably a good bet. Asia Wilson, points, rebounds, and assists over 36.5. I mean, last game, she dropped 57 PRA, the first ever 30-20 game in WNBA history. She's going to get up here. In terms of the Aces, this is a must-win game. I'm going to roll through the standings real quick. Aces are 18-14. With the Liberties win today, they're 21-11. If you want any chance of catching that number 2 seed, you got to catch the Liberty, the Dream, and the Mercury. There's a real close, they're 3 games out. There is a real close pack, and then up top, there's the Lynx at 27-5. So if you want a shot at getting that 2 seed, you got to basically win out against all your decent competition. I think this team can do it. It is going to be led by Asia Wilson. PRA over 36.5. That is too low. Give me the over. All right, that is going to do it for me in this video. Hopefully, I can win in the WNBA. We've had back-to-back losing days, and the day before that was just 500. So hopefully today breaks the spell. All right, I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.